Breaking now, tips from the community is what helped to catch a man suspected of kidnapping a teenage girl he met online, and he's been on the run for days along the Oregon coast. This is KOIN 6 News at 6 o'clock, everybody. I'm Jennifer Hoff.
And I'm Jeff Gianola. Tim Becker outside Cannon Beach near where the arrest of that man happened.
But first, Chris Woodard is live in Astoria where the suspect is accused of bringing his victim. Chris?
Yeah, and the police chief here in Astoria just finished briefing us on this arrest. He says it is only because of tips from the alert public that this man was able to be arrested so soon. And he says there are a lot of people in this community now relieved that someone accused of doing such horrible things is off the streets and no longer on the run.
Are you ready for your other beer? Everybody's aware of what he looks like.
Tuesday night was the beginning of the end for kidnapping and rape suspect Russell Deviney. Spotted in this seaside pub, his image captured on surveillance.
Pretty surprised, kind of scary because things like that just don't happen around Seaside like that.
Kathleen Merritt's co-worker told her Deviney came in for dinner and a can of Pepsi.
Somebody to come into a little pub of all places.
He actually complained when he couldn't get a refill. He had changed his appearance, was on foot, and asked how to get to Cannon Beach.
They must have thought we don't have surveillance.
All of it got her attention, and she was sure he was the man she'd seen on the evening news, accused of kidnapping a 15-year-old California girl who'd escaped just up the road in Astoria.
She has 3 children of her own, so she's very protective of her kids, as we all are.
At that point, police knew he was still in the area. And Thursday, after more sightings and tips, they found him in the woods in Cannon Beach.
But for the tips, we would not have been successful in finding him so quickly.
Court documents we got say Deviney met the 15-year-old girl by posing as a 19-year-old man on Instagram, convinced her to meet him, and then drove from Washington to California to meet her. He kidnapped her and disabled her cell phone. Before he dropped her off at this Astoria McDonald's, court documents say Deviney raped and sexually abused her. Those alert citizens who helped keep police on his trail, glad he is in custody. Others in town only guessing why he stayed in the area.
You know, I really think it was a cover because I don't think he thought anybody would recognize him. I think he thought he would fit into a small little pub because there's a lot of tourist business here. They come in from the beach and the hotels.
And police here say they had 6 tips or sightings that they were able to confirm were the suspect, and that eventually led them to catching up with him. The horrible things he's accused of doing, leaving so many here grateful he is now behind bars. Live in Astoria, I'm Chris Woodard for KOIN 6 News.
Chris, thank you.
And now let's go to our Tim Becker. He continues our coverage with what we're learning about that arrest. He's near Cannon Beach tonight. Tim?
Well, I found out this is the forest road where Russell Deviney ultimately surrendered to police this morning. Again, that happened about 11:30. We're about a half a mile into the hills here east of Highway 101. And right in front of us here is the locked gate that the police say he was found behind. There's a look at that gate. Now, someone recognized him walking in the area here. Several people walk up and down these roads. And then presumably it was down closer to civilization, down that road you're looking at. Well, that is who called police. Now, I've also found out that that witness does live in the area here. They were going for their regular morning stroll. They were coming back from the beach area to the west when they spotted the suspect. Now, we've been knocking on doors all afternoon trying to find out who did the good deed. So far, none of the neighbors know, but they tell me that they've all been following this story. We're curious, honestly, how the person that called police even recognized Deviney. A couple of the neighbors here did tell me there was a pretty sizable picture of him in the Astoria paper last night. Maybe that's what did the trick. The arrest, though, is certainly the talk of the town here. Deviney, of course, now in jail up in the Astoria area, and he's due in court tomorrow morning. We're going to keep knocking on doors and talking to folks over here right now, so we're going to have some updated information for you tonight on KOIN 6 News at 11 o'clock. Though for now, live in Cannon Beach, Tim Becker, KOIN 6 News.